Just want to apologize to everybody who was waiting to see my anticipated films list of 2019 yesterday, because this one took a long time to make and I really wanted to get it out there, but I just had something else to do. I sure hope you weren't disappointed. Enjoy! 2018 was a good average year for me, but I wouldn't say it was the worst year. I probably have worst film experiences. Probably from 2016 or 17, I don't know. 14 was probably the best for me. 15 was top of there. But let's get over with. School bus just passed me. Alright, let's go over with the honorable mentions, shall we? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Dark Phoenix, The New Mutants, John Wick Chapter 3. I haven't seen those sequels, so might as well recap them. Toy Story 4. I didn't even think we asked for this, but why not continue the story that we were gonna start off with the short films? Good call, Pixar. Good call. Now, without further ado, let's get on to the top 12. Why top 12? Because I love movies! Pet Sematary. The 1989 film was probably an okay Stephen King adaptation, and regardless, it's become a guilty pleasure. And I can see why. It's kind of clumsy, it's dated for some of the effects. It looks a little fine for its first adaptation, but when I can tell that this has a good director attached to it, I think it was the guy who did, was it It? The It remake? No, that guy was just gonna do Are You Afraid of the Dark? By the way, that comes to my next one. Are You Afraid of the Dark? That show came out in the 1990s, and I was born in the 90s. I was born in 96, so technically I'm a generation Y, Z, I'm millennials. But I love the 90s. I love the 80s, and everything beyond that, I just love what they just brought out for us in recent years of the decade. Besides Goosebumps, and the Goosebumps movies are range from good to repeats. But yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark sounds like it could be a worthy competition between that and the Goosebumps movies. But Pet Sematary, I don't even know if it could be as good or great as the Stephen King remake of It, like the 90s one. But I still can't wait for It Chapter 2. And that's on my number 10 pick, It Chapter 2. When they were getting the cast for the adults of the Losers Club, I was starting to wonder if who else were they going to pick besides Jessica Cranston, because she looked like a Beverly. And what was it? Didn't they get Bill Hader or Chris Pratt or some other actors that the kids like Finn Wolfhard and the kid who played Eddie, who's also in Shazam this year? They all picked their own actors. I could have never agreed to have my own child stars or teen stars just to pick which actors they want for their sequel where they're all in their 40s or 30s of midlife crisis or that kind of stuff. I don't want to know. I really think it could be a good chapter, like the final conclusion. It could be as better as or more of an improvement than the last part of the It miniseries. My number 9 pick is Spider-Man Far From Home, and I know the trailer came out just recently, and I didn't even know if it was going to be on my top 5 or top 10 list or top 3, because I do love Tom Holland. I do love the direction of the Spider-Man character in the MCU. But beside from that, I really don't know. I don't think anybody knows how the next installment of Phase 4 is going to go, because after Avengers Infinity War, we all have to think about what's going to happen at the end of Endgame. Are all the characters going to die, or are the sequels that they announced are they going to take place in between Infinity War, or are they going to take place after Endgame? Because we don't know which characters are going to survive, which ones are going to die, or if they just go back in time. There's something about what's going to happen with Endgame, and I'll do my reaction to that trailer. But I'm really sorry if Spider-Man Far From Home was on my lowest list. Just don't blackmail me or put a mean comment on my video. I'm just saying. What follows next is Glass. I love Shyamalan. Actually, no, I don't. Because he ruined my childhood with Avatar: The Last Airbender! Why would he even do that? Did he even watch the show? I'm going to go deeper into that review. I'm going to have a lot of reviews coming up soon. I really haven't gotten to making any reviews. But I just want to see if this one is going to be a good conclusion to Unbreakable and Split. Because there is a trilogy name for these movies. I just don't know. I mean, I love Samuel L. Jackson. I love Bruce Willis. I love James McAvoy. And it appears to be when Shyamalan's films were being produced by Blumhouse, it was a good choice, because Jason Blum can produce some great content, even if it sucks. I just really want Shyamalan to get back on his feet. I'm like Chris Stuckman, because we can defend this guy for trying to push out better content, even if he couldn't go back and redo it or think about it long and hard. Star Wars Episode 9 is on there next, because I don't really know. I love Star Wars. I just don't. I can have my thoughts about the sequel trilogy, because they really want to make it better than the prequel trilogy, and that has fans. The sequel trilogy will have fans that are younger, because I know somebody who likes Episode 8 at a younger age, about other people. But is it really worth all of this to come out around December? It's taken a break after Solo was in summer instead of December. And if it was still in December, it was still would have bombed, because it was number one for 3 weeks in the summer, but it failed to make its money back because of the history of its production. I just don't. I'm a little skeptical of how much it will make its money for the ninth installments, because after its box office failure of a second or third Solo movie, a second spin-off or solo movie, they gotta really rethink their planned Star Wars films, like how Kevin Feige always plans out his movies in the MCU. They got Kathleen Kennedy back, so maybe she can learn her lesson. Probably not. Maybe she will. I don't know. I don't care, because she has to do better. And Rian Johnson. I don't know if they're going to let him do his own trilogy, but if that's the case, he's got to do better. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. I cannot believe this is going to be the final conclusion to a DreamWorks series. This has gone so better. It's become more as a better trilogy for DreamWorks than Shrek. After Shrek had 2 films, then they had 2 sequels that were mediocre and the worst. This one is proving that DreamWorks can do anything if they put their minds to it. Boss Baby, however, don't make me choose which one is worse. And don't tell me don't tell me anything about that Shrek movie reboot. Oh my God! Don't tell me about all that stuff. Don't make them. Just please, don't turn Shrek into a minion icon of merchandise. Shazam is on the next part of the list. Because I think that the DC can really do a better job. They can push new content. Because I know I haven't seen Aquaman yet. I haven't checked that out yet. It's been #1 for 3 weeks and it's dropping down. So maybe I'll go check it out. And this has been a fine moneymaker for domestic box office since Star Wars is out of the game from last December. I really hope Shazam can just make it more lighthearted for the DC universe so I could kind of feel like we're watching the original Superman movie. Was it really necessary to have Zachary Levi have a costume where the costume has muscles but he doesn't have muscles? I don't even want to know how that training sessions were for him. Godzilla King of the Monsters. Oh my god. They got King Ghidorah coming back. They got Mothra. They got Rodan. They got it all. They got it. They got Godzilla. They got a monstrous hit. It's gonna be good. I mean, I like Godzilla from 2014. Kong Skull Island. That was a heck of a good time at the movies. But that post-credit scene, I didn't even know. Fuck. Sorry about that, people. I just had a quick little self-malfunction with my little planetarium. Probably gonna use that for something else or just for Goodwill or something. But the one thing I was gonna show you was Shin Godzilla. Yeah, that's right. I got this at Target and it looks fucking awesome. I'm sorry for the language, but I'm sorry. I just love Godzilla. I've loved him since I was a kid, and I still love him now. But to see him in the 2014 Godzilla, he looks cool. He looks pretty awesome to be a monster, just to fight other monsters. Yeah, it's kind of obvious. They created new Godzilla enemies, and of course Japan was okay with it. But I just think this one's gonna be a lot more fun. It could have more potential than Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, the way they were advertising it. Because Millie Bobby Brown, if 11 was gonna team up against Godzilla, that could have been pretty cool. Because they look like they want Godzilla to help them. Because they awoken the Titans. You stupid humans! I forgot to add this while I was doing my list of anticipated films. I totally forgot to put Captain Marvel. Because Brie Larson, an Oscar-winning actress. That is a perfect choice for the leading lady. And we get to see young Nick Fury in the 90s. That looks amazing. He looks like himself before he lost his eye, and I'm pretty sure he lost his eye to one of those aliens in the movie. And it'll probably be like that. I'll probably get into a spoiler alert. Claude Gregg back as Phil Coulson. Everything looks good. This is good for a prequel. If they ever mentioned them finding Captain America's frozen body and then they still had him, that would have been pretty cool if they added that in the movie. I don't know if it will be, but it just looks like it could be fun. It just looks like it could be a total blast. This could be Marvel's Wonder Woman of leading lady superhero movies. Electrica. And yes, my other anticipated film of the year is the Lego Movie 2, the second part. And this is from the Lego Batman movie, but screw it. I love the Lego movies, except for Lego Ninjago. That's a little mixture for me. I got all the action figures or building sets or however you want to call them. I'm gonna probably use them for my own little video, my own little mini movie. Don't know how I'm gonna get a live action cat. Toby, Would you be interested? No? Okay. It could be better sequel. Now I heard that they were gonna do a Lego Batman movie sequel. Now that would be pretty cool. And now my and now my most anticipated film of the year is Avengers Endgame. Of course! Why wouldn't it be? I've been so excited for this Infinity War finale. Originally it was going to be called Infinity War Part 1, Part 2. But no, they were never going to do that. I think they were never going to do that. The Russo brothers would never call it Part 1, Part 2. Which one are you going to like better? Part 1, Part 2? Who cares? You're not going to do it like that for the Hunger Games parts finales, the Twilight ones, and the Harry Potter ones. No, you don't do that. Twilight did that. I think I mentioned Twilight before. Divergent was going to do something like that, but they called it different titles. It didn't go well. I cannot wait for Endgame. They say it might be longer, but screw it. If they can just have something conclude what they're going to be setting up or having in the movie, what I'm hearing, it looks like it'd be pretty cool.